Hello, my scrappy friends. I have a project share. This is an older paper line by P13 called Christmas Charm. And this book just really turned out like the picture I had in my mind. You know, sometimes we can translate things and they're amazing, and sometimes we try and it looks nice, but we somehow miss the mark. And this one for me hit my vision. So I used one of so this was done with 12 by 12 paper, and I used one of the images and cut it down. This was a corner image. And throughout the book, there is matting on this silver shimmer paper. This is the one they sell at Michael's. So I took that image and matted it and put it for the front. As soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted it for a cover. This book is 9¼ by 7¼ by 2½ on the spine. So a little bit bigger of a spine, but I wanted plenty of room for everything to move. So on the front, these are some fussy cut pieces out of other paper, just designs that were on there that were very easy to pull out. These poinsettias I made using the Scrap Diva poinsettia die. I like that die. That's really a wonderful die. And then these little branches I did out of the silver shimmer paper. They're also a Scrap Diva die, a little leaves die she has. I used a little bit of this, I don't know, is it fairy fluff or something like that? I got it at Country Craft Creations. It's just kind of little wispies of iridescent color, you know, just to catch the light. I used the Eileen Snow on the tips of these poinsettias, and I also used it, I don't know if you can see it, on some of the tips on the tree just to add dimension. This was a chipboard piece from the chipboard. So here is the spine, and then this is the image I chose for the back. I also had this, and I found it, I can't remember if it was Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but it's this kind of shimmery gray, so it looks kind of silvery ribbon that I used throughout. And it was on a spool, so I don't remember if it was a holiday special or just one I found. So oops, got my light. On the inside cover, I used kind of a rope-like ribbon here that was silver. These are banner pieces that they sold, and then I did small poinsettias on each end. Now this album is kind of a mirror image. So 1 and 8 are the same, 2 and 7, 3 and 5, 3 and 6, and then 4 and 5 are the same in mirror images. But I did not do the exact same paper on each one. So this one starts off, and we have a flap here with angled pockets, and I have some cut aparts and an insert. This is held with a magnet, and it opens up. I just loved this image with all the different ornaments. I thought it was very pretty. This right here, I used the Fisker's eyelet border punch to do that, and I used that throughout the book. This flap comes over, and then you can see I have this nice big image, but there's plenty of space in and around for pictures. Again, the silver matting throughout. Page 2 is side-by-side pockets. These are the Heartfelt Creations die. It does the die itself and then the inner part for the tag. So you've got the two sections. I used flat back pearls. I believe these ones were Graphic 45. So they're gold and they're shiny, but they're a little more matte. They're not quite as bright as they're not glossy. So, and then this was a fussy cut image. So both of these have a fussy cut image in the quarter. And then along the top, I took a piece of lace. I honestly don't remember where I got the lace, but I ran it all the way across the two. But these are independently folded and mounted pockets. Page 3, I have a cutout that I adhered to this flap, and it opens up. It is held with a magnet, and it opens up this way. And again, I have some more fussy cut pieces. No, I didn't leave that open. And then this, I just love this image. The images on this paper were very, very beautiful, and you have a nice big space here for a picture. And this is all on a flap that then is going to fold over. It's held together with ribbon. So we tied that shut, and then this whole big flap comes over. And this is part of what I had on the cover. And then over here, these are, again, our fussy cut images. With P13, you get, and the Minte line does the same thing. The back of the, so your front sheet, it has, kind of like a little picture of everything, all of the papers, that's in there. But on the back side of it is all these amazing images that are individually on there for you to cut apart, for you to fussy cut out. So I took advantage of that. Both of these were from that sheet. And then I made a poinsettia here. Again, this is that leaf that I also have featured on the cover. So this is 4 and 5, and because they face each other, I did do, and they're mirror images, I did do the same papers as well. So both of these fold open this way, and I have magnets holding. So I have the ornament images. This one was printed, and I added 2 more that I had cut. And then that flap opens again, and you have a pocket here. And I've just added various cut aparts, tags, matted, mats for pictures. And then I keep accidentally hitting that light, sorry. On this side, again, this was one of the fussy cut pieces, another poinsettia I made, some leaves, opens up, and again we have a deep pocket here with just cut aparts and photo mats ready to go. So these were pages 4 and 5. Page 6, we're repeating again. You have the cut apart that acts as a flap and it opens up. I have some fussy cut images here. It ties, and then the whole thing comes over. Again, I used that Fisker's border punch throughout. These were fussy cut and another poinsettia I made. Then page 7, we have the tags. Again, I did the same thing, but just with different images. Instead of the flat back pearls, I used some bling this time. Also, I don't know if it'll show up on camera or not, but on the Santa hat, I did some flocking. So I had some white flocking, so it's actually fuzzy. Kind of gives it some dimension, and it's, kind of got a textile feel to it then. And then page 8 is the same as page 1. We have our angled pockets. We have our cut aparts and our inserts. This comes over, it's held with a magnet, and it opens again this way. Again, this is a fussy cut image, color blocked using the border die. These colors were so much fun to work with. They're not a normal set of Christmas colors per se, or traditional, but they were just, this paper was beautiful. And then the back cover mimics or mirrors the front cover, and I used 3 more banner pieces, made my poinsettia, and used the silver kind of rope-like ribbon I had. So this one I had a lot of fun making, and the paper was it's just gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this project. Thank you.